Hello everybody, and welcome to the face reading of the people in the news. For those of you who are with me today for the first time, if you get interested in the subject of face reading, you can watch my YouTube's Face Reading Introduction and Face Reading 101 Part 1, Part 2. You can also buy my book, Face Reading Secrets for Successful Relationships. It is available on Amazon.com. Today we'll be talking about the American actress HILARY SWANK. A friend of mine suggested that I read her face. I thought it was a good idea because Hilary is a wonderful, very diverse, very talented actress, such different characters, and in each she is absolutely superb. But then when I looked up on the internet for her photos, I also discovered that she would be a very interesting person to read, because in this reading I could talk about some features I never spoke of in any of my readings. And I'm always thinking about you, the 2,300 and growing subscribers to my channels. By the way, my subscribers are now coming from 90 countries, and here are the top 10. I get a lot of emails from UK, India and Saudi Arabia. Thank you. I'm so happy to hear from you. The subscribers to my channels are the people who are not just interested in information about the characters I speak, that you could get from other channels with many more facts and much juicier details. You're interested, I assume, in the process of discovering who these people are through the medium of face reading. So with each reading, I'm trying to give you yet another tool from the rich body of knowledge called human morphology. And reading HILARY SWANK will permit me to do just that. So back to Hilary. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, HILARY SWANK. It's not difficult to determine her face/personality type. If you're studying with me, just make up your mind, and in 3 seconds you will see if you were right. 1, 2, 3. Yes. She's quite a pure Pluto. And as you know by now, Pluto is an exaggeration of Mars, plus a few unique characteristics. So first, let me remind you of Mars. Mars is the most action-oriented of all personalities. Impatient, has a short attention span, has a shortest fuse of all. So Hilary is generous and courageous, a risk-taker. She loves to shine and conquer. Remember, of all personalities, Mars is the most warlike. But unlike Mars, Pluto is very loyal. And unlike Mars, Pluto has greater attention span and can, if she chooses, be a good scholar. But let's look at some Hilary's features. They, I think, are the most interesting in regard to reading Hilary's face. First, her eyes. On the right, you see Hilary with makeup, all out there, friendly extrovert. You would think she is ready to engage, to share, to open her heart, but remember, makeup does magic. But look carefully at the picture on the left. No makeup, deep-seated eyes, natural introvert. The opposite for what she is showing to the world. Her ears are large and far from the skull, meaning that she is highly independent and likes to follow the beat of her own drum. Now, Hilary's teeth. It looks to me that they are protruding or simply sticking out. If you cannot see it in this picture, let's look at this one. You see? The position of our teeth reveals how we relate to the world. I don't think I spoke about it yet. How we relate to the world, or how we bite the world, so to speak. On the picture 1, you see a woman who has vertical teeth, which is an average kind of teeth, meaning that she does not want to devour the world, but she does not devour herself or bite herself or destroy herself or criticize herself. She's just an average person. On the picture 2, you see the upper teeth protruding, meaning a person wants to eat up the world. The appetite may have no saturation. And finally, on the picture 3, you see the upper teeth slightly turned inward, meaning that this woman is eating herself, is possibly self-critical, maybe insecure, and judgmental in herself. Here you see Tom Cruise with his teeth all out, and his wife, or ex-wife, has even teeth. And look at Bill, no wonder. His teeth are protruding clearly, follow the blue line. Same with his wife, the same angle, the same teeth of desire to take. Interesting that both ended up with a child whose life attitude is opposite of theirs. Look, the angle of Chelsea's teeth is the opposite. They're in, so she's a little more subdued and self-critical. Now you understand what I'm talking about about Hilary's teeth. They're protruding as well. Another feature, the space between the tragus and antetragus. Remember, the bigger the space, the more talkative a person is, and Hilary has quite a large space. And the last feature I wanted to point out is the wing of the nostril. You see the triangulation, meaning that she can be quite competitive and or jealous. And finally, we'll look at Hilary's profile, her inborn characteristics, what she came into this world with, and what governs her from the inside, regardless of what persona or personality she shows to the world. Let's look at this profile. Here, her profile is not as tilted, so it's easier to read. We're talking about Hilary's temperament, now embodied in her profile. The corner of the jaw is straight down, and the chin is protruding, typical sanguine physicality, being muscle coordinated, short distance runner, that is, not too much endurance, courageous, spontaneous, and a risk taker. But wait, the forehead, though tilted back, as a sanguine forehead usually is, it's not sanguine flat, tilted back but round, like that of a bilious, which means though spontaneous, Hilary is also thoughtful and deliberate, and much less driven by an impulse. She also has much greater attention span than a regular sanguine does, and much more mental endurance. But that's not all. Do you see what I see? Yeah. Though she has a protruding chin, somehow at the very tip of the chin, there is some receding as well, creating a bow-like impression of her profile. And that is, of course, the nervous cast, which means Hilary is a sanguine with a bilious forehead and a nervous cast. So let's now put it all together. Hilary Swank is a Pluto, a courageous risk-taker as a Pluto, a person ready and willing to put up a fight. She is generous, outgoing, attention seeker, and yet loyal and reliable. Very independent, remember the ears, competitive, the wings of the nostrils, talkative, and is out there to eat up the world, the teeth. Yet with all that outgoingness, underneath the playful extrovert, there is a very private, deep-seated eyes, deliberate and thoughtful person. The sanguine impulse is impulse to action, extrovertedness, so to speak. I don't know even if such a word exists. The sanguine impulsivity is moderated by a cool intellect of the bilious, and the sanguine impatience, short fuse and short attention span are tamed by the bilious will and by the drive to do things at the right time in the right way. The nervous cast adds to the whole picture: sensitivity, greater creativity, and a sharp mind that is able to maneuver between all these at times contradicting characteristics. I deliberately did not look up for the info about Hilary's relationships. I love her acting. I think she is a very good friend from looking at her face and knowing her temperament. But I'm afraid with all these traits that we just discovered, her romantic relationships may be challenging. If you are an aspiring face reader and have been following my videos, this is your homework. Look back at all the features we discussed and figure out why I said what I said about her relationships. But all in all, what a powerful, talented, unstoppable life force this Hilary is. I surely wish her well and look forward to her new movies. And that is all for Hilary Swank. Please click subscribe if you want to be notified each time I do a new reading. Thank you for being with me today. Peace to all who want to live in peace.